Welcome! I'm Tamarah Blossom. Welcome to the Miracle Molecule presentation for ease, energy, and evolution. I'm here today because I have a mission to bring forth awareness of the exceptional health of the power of hydrogen so that we can live rich, joyful, and fulfilling lives. All right, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Tamarah Blossom. I am a mother and a partner to an amazing man named Ashao. I'm a certified holistic health practitioner. I'm a holistic movement master. I've been teaching people, bringing them through movement for 15 years now. A sacred sensuality blissicitator. So I'm all about loving your body and being sensual and following pleasure and joy. I teach jade egg for women, breast massage, all sorts of Taoist tantric practices. I'm a vitality health coach, helping you live your best life to your highest optimal potential. And I'm also a world schooler with my children. My daughter is currently 8 and my son is almost 4. And we are currently at the recording of this video in Mexico, where I am sharing all the joys of water, miracle molecule, of dance, movement, and all of the beautiful things in our life. All right, so how did I get here? What is my journey through health? So my own personal journey, I was watching my mother's own body deteriorate from her unhealthy abuse that she was giving to herself through alcohol and just like living unhealthy ways. My father had an onset of diabetes while I was in my 20s. And I myself, just watching that from contrast, right? From seeing the people who raised me go unwell. And then at 16 years old, I remember I was in high school in grade 12, walking down the hallways, and all of a sudden I had so much pain in my back, like I had to go straight to the office, and I might have even thrown up, whatever was happening at the time, and it was a whole big scenario because none of my parents were at home, and so I had to get back to my house with the police. The police car took me home, and I just laid in bed, keeled over for like a whole day, and that moment and other moments that unfolded, like later on, I had digestive issues as well, where I just couldn't function properly, and and also the other things that happen in life where you goes to some country and you get super sick, and just being unwell was realized in my own experience. I do not want to be unwell. I want to be well. I want to be vibrant. I want to be healthy. So I became a holistic healthcare practitioner pretty early on in my life. I got into movement, nutrition, and definitely into water. There's a picture of me in my first year teaching Nia, doing my sidekick out on the streets, right? And when I got into water just recently more in my life, in the last 2 years probably, I've been into researching water, what's the best water for us. And then coming across hydrogen water has been an incredible breakthrough in like just the miracle molecule of hydrogen water that I want to tell you about today. So let's get into it. So I was going to start with preventing disease and sick care in time. This is a topic we need to talk about more. There are way too many people who, age, which they aged way too quickly, and get sick. And in the time before they get sick, hardly any money is spent. In the time after they get sick, in the U.S. alone, is $4.5 trillion are spent on pharmaceutical drugs and surgeries and all these interventions in the hospitals. So it's better if we can take care of these things before we get sick. And it's not getting any better. So what is the cause of all dis-ease? Well, if you could break it down to the total foundation of our cells, it's too much oxidation and not enough anti-oxidation. So what does oxidation means? Oxidative stress is basically unstable molecules, okay? They're called free radicals. There are the bad guys, and there are some free radicals that are actually good for us. But the bad guys, they really create a lot of damage. They create acute disease, eventually chronic disease. They create pain and aging, of course. And then there's not enough antioxidant, not enough of the good guys to take care of these bad guys. And this oxidation, the cells and the tissues get damaged and weaken wherever it is happening. So wherever the weakest link is in your body, if it's in the brain, for example, it will lead to, say, Alzheimer's or dementia. If it's in your wherever the weakness is. If it's a weakness in the pancreas and producing insulin, then perhaps diabetes. But we also need to look at how we are living, right? So where are we getting these free radical damage from? Well, let's take you through the journey. Okay, so you wake up in the morning, you start breathing air. Well, is the air clean? Are you breathing secondhand smoke? Do you yourself smoke cigarettes at some point during the day, or any kind of smoke? What kind of water are you drinking? We're going to get into the water later on. I'm going to talk about what's in the water, but what kind of water are we drinking, right? We are super hydrogen beings. We need good water. Are we drinking alcohol throughout the day? Food. Are we eating cereal laced with sugar and chemicals in the morning and drinking coffee with white sugar? Or later on, are we eating meats with hormones and vegetables with pesticides and herbicides on them? Is it processed foods? Those are going to create oxidative stress, which is creating free radicals. Are we anxious, worried, angry, discouraged, frightened? These negative thoughts create negative feelings, create cortisol, adrenaline, stress in the body. All of this creates oxidative stress. So we've got a lot of that going on in our bodies these days. And here we are, made of cells. Cells make tissue that makes the organs and makes all of the systems in the body. Now, if the cells start to break down, right, through that free radical damage, that's a breakdown of your tissues, of the organs. Oh, now there's a liver disease. Now there's a kidney disease, right? So it all comes together and comes back down to the very cells of our tissues. All right, so let's talk about how to get rid of these free radicals. So the antioxidant comes in and donates an electron to the free radical or the toxin and neutralizes it. That's why we need to get these antioxidants, right? You've heard, oh, eat your blueberries. Everybody knows you should be eating like these red powders, and it's the antioxidants. They donate an electron to the free radical to neutralize the damage. So we have vitamin C, we have vitamin E, vitamin A. Those all come in these foods that we eat. But the problem is they're a little bit too big for what we really need them for. I'm going to talk to you about this in a second. Why do I believe hydrogen is the best antioxidant? Because hydrogen is a smart antioxidant, also known as selective. What does this mean? Well, so we have this oxidative stress, right? It's creating reactive oxygen species, ROS. There's some that are good, some that are bad. The good ones, the hydrogen leaves alone. And the bad ones, it goes after because they're more highly reactive. So it actually chases those more highly reactive bad ones. So I'm going to give you a real life example. Let's say you buy some beets in the grocery store because you know beets are good for you. They have a good color. You should eat them. And these beets are high in nitrates. So it gives your body some nitric oxide. And so you eat these beets, and the hydrogen goes in the body and sees, oh, there's a free radical, nitric oxide, but that one I'm going to leave it going alone, and I'm going to go over here to the pesticide that was on the beet, because that's a toxin, it's more highly reactive, and it's going to neutralize that one. So it's always going to go neutralize the bad guys, and it's not going to neutralize the good guys. There's a saying that hydrogen is God's molecule because it really works for our own benefit. All right, and because you remember, you should eat your blueberries, you eat your vitamin C and all this. Well, the thing is, those vitamin C's and all those other coenzyme Q10, look how big it is. Those things are not going to get into all tissues in the body. They're going to go to some places. Yeah, it's still beneficial. But look at how tiny hydrogen is. It's so small, it goes into the mitochondria and gets rid of all those free radical damage. It's so small that it gets through the blood-brain barrier. So it helps with electricity conductivity and lowers the oxidative stress in the brain. So incredible stuff we have at our fingertips here. It also helps feed the friendly bacteria. So we basically have two brains, right? We have our brain in our head, and we have our gut brain. And in your gut, depending on what you eat, if you eat a lot of processed foods, things that come out of boxes and packages and plastic, if you smoke, if you drink a lot of coffee and drink alcohol and take a lot of pharmaceutical drugs, probably your gut bacteria is not very good. There's probably a lot of fungus and parasites and that kind of stuff. So hydrogen actually goes in and feeds the good bacteria. The hydrogen is like fuel for the good bacteria. This is how it feeds them. So the good bacteria then get this fuel, and they're able to proliferate. They're able to do more and, counteract all the bad bacteria in your gut. Yay, we definitely want that. Let's go continue here. So brain function, protecting the brain from aging. It gets you more focused and alert. If you've ever had a moment where you're like, oh my God, what was I just thinking? That starts to go away because the brain starts being properly hydrated, and electricity starts to conduct more easily in the brain. So we need to be fully hydrated in order for our brain to be full capacity, and the molecular hydrogen helps that to happen. I was going to read something from PubMed for you here. H2, this is directly from the website. H2 has protective effects against a variety of diseases, particularly nervous system disorders. It plays a protective role mainly through anti-oxidation, anti-inflammation, the regulation of autophagy, which is where the bad cells are eaten in the body, and the preservation of mitochondrial function and the blood-brain barrier. This is a simple and effective therapy for central nervous system diseases, brain injuries, Parkinson's disease, cognitive dysfunction. All right, so good stuff for our brain. Hydrogen communicates with cells called cell signaling. It's responsible for over 200 different reactions within the body. Now, imagine you are a CEO and you have 200 employees underneath you, but you don't show up to work. Those 200 employees are gonna, do whatever they want, gonna slack off, maybe forget what they were doing over time. Well, this hydrogen comes in and it makes sure that all these different functions in the body are happening correctly, are on doing their job. All right, so it's an incredible thing when you really start understanding this. You're like, there's no reason not to have hydrogen in your body and your life. So cell signaling, hydrogen is giving the direction to the cells to tell them what to do. All right, and then it also helps your own body make its own antioxidants. Your body already makes glutathione, which is your own body's protective mechanism. It's an antioxidant booster. And hydrogen boosts the antioxidants and helps fight the damaging free radicals, we already know that, and stimulates your body to make more of its own antioxidants. So helping boost your immune system. The more you drink, the better it gets. Is it safe? There are now over 3,000 studies for about 170 different disease models, all right? So get that and really understand that. You go to the doctor because you have an acute disease that is bothering you. Let's just say you go, you have diabetes, and the doctor says, here's a drug, metformin, you take this, it will help you with diabetes. But you also have headaches, you have back pain, you have, breathing problems, you have high blood pressure, but just this one drug for this one diabetes is going to help the diabetes, it's going to have side effects, and it's not going to help the rest of the things. Now, hydrogen is good for 170 different diseases that have so far been done studies on, right? And it has no side effects. There are no side effects. You think you can drink too much water? You cannot. You'd exhale it. There's no side effect. So there's something that only gives you a ton of benefits and no negative effect. Woo! This is amazing. All right. It also, there's lots of studies that show improving cardiovascular conditions. 136 studies on this. All right, guys? So just go look it up, hydrogenstudies.com, or go to PubMed or Google Scholar. It improves blood sugar levels and maintains a healthy weight. There are 55 studies on weight loss and diabetes. One of the first things people sometimes start to notice is they feel less bloated, they start to feel more energy, and they don't feel as hungry. So yeah, they're literally cleansing with this hydrogen. So yeah, this is amazing. Hydrogen lowers inflammation. 174 studies already on this one. Inflammation is anything like the itises, arthritis, bursitis, tendonitis, and you can even take it. You can soak your hands in it, in the hydrogen water. You can soak your feet in. You can put it in a bathtub. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about safe drinking water. According to the Environmental Protection Agency, if the level of each regulated pollutant meets the regulated standard, then the drinking water is safe. Now, what are the regulated pollutants? There are about 90 of them. Yet, the problem with this is that if you go back to 1996, there was a Safe Drinking Act that realized that found that there were 60,000 chemicals, contaminants in the water, but only 90 of them are regulated. So I'm going to give you an example. PFAS. I pulled this out from the Canadian government website. PFAS stands for polyfluoral alkyl substances. Okay, it's a large family of synthetic chemicals. Is used mainly in industrial consumer products such as adhesives, cosmetics, and cleaning products. Does not break down easily in the environment. Some PFAS are found in people, fish, wildlife. They may be in our food, drinking water, air. PFAS can travel long distances into the soil, the water, and the air. As a result, it can be found in fresh water and drinking water in areas that are far away from where they entered the environment. Yeah, they may affect systems of our human body such as the liver, organ, kidneys, endocrine systems, and affect fertility, metabolism, and body weight. All right, and if you're concerned about PFAS in your water, remove them by treating with either a carbon filter, a reverse osmosis filter. Okay, yeah, there we go. We have both of those choices for you, by the way. Okay, so moving along, we have lots of chemicals on this watch list, right? Arsenic, lead, chlorine. I mean, arsenic is a class A carcinogen. It's kind of found all over in the Earth's crust. And yeah, I'm looking at my little cheat sheet here. There's lead, there's chlorine. Chlorine is put in the water to kill the bad bacteria, but it also kills the good bacteria in our gut. So yeah, we have all these things. We have mercury, VOCs, pharmaceuticals, herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, and on and on. All of this stuff, oxidative stress. Remember, going back to the beginning, oxidative stress, creating more free radicals when we drink this unfiltered water. It also ages us, right? Remember, oxidative stress ages us, makes our skin look more wrinkled and spots. Okay, and so guys, why are all these chemicals in the water in the first place? Well, rapid development. Our cities are growing. Improper sewage disposal. I've seen it all over the world. I've traveled. Fertilizer and chemical runoff. Oh my goodness. I've definitely seen them spraying big fields, and it just soaks into the soil. Oil spills, exhaust, chemical waste, dumping, radioactive waste discharge. All right. So it feels kind of scary, right? I'm going to just go back here for a second. Yes, we need to work on awareness of all these things. We need to work on those things, but we also need to just work with what we have right now, okay? So what do we have for options? Bottled water. Let's just talk about bottled water for a second. I'm in Mexico right now. Everyone drinks bottled water here, and it gets hot here. So when there is heat and plastic bottle put together, and the water starts to leach the xenoestrogens out of the plastic, right? I think we've all heard of that by now. So we don't want to be drinking bottled water that's been sitting in the heat. So because when you do drink those xenoestrogens, the body thinks that you're actually getting estrogen. It's hard for the liver to break down. Actually, about 75% of men and women have breast cancer from too much estrogen. And so, I mean, what is bottled water? It's just filtered water that they put in there, and who knows what kind of filter they're using. And it's regulated by the FDA, the bottled water, and the EDA controls the tap water. So anyways, there's not a lot of regulations on bottled water, so you don't really know what you're getting. And then where does it all go, guys? Well, it ends up somewhere in nature. You know, there's an island of plastic bottles and also fishing waste. It's 2 times the size of Texas floating in the ocean right now, killing a bunch of sea animals. And you know, fish are eating it. We're eating the fish. It's going around in circles. It's just plastic everywhere. If anyone has watched the documentary Seaspiracy, I highly recommend it. And then, you know, it also costs money, right? People are spending an average of $100 to $150 on bottled water every month. Okay, so what do we do? What do we do? We don't want to drink tap water. We don't want to drink bottled water. We want to have the best ideal antioxidant out there, which is hydrogen. Now we know. Well, I'm going to introduce you our technology, the Hydro Deluxe. This is the luxurious one. It has a built-in 3-stage robust reverse osmosis filter. That means it's going to get out all of those things we talked about, the PFAS, the arsenic, the lead, the fluoride, the chlorine, everything. It has up to 3,000 parts per billion or 3 parts per million hydrogen water, which is a very high dose of hydrogen water for a home machine. And so you actually put so it shows your water flow there. It's a fairly slow flow of water because the slow flow allows for a higher dose of hydrogen. So you put your glass there, you press a button, and you wait for your glass to fill with this water, okay? So you do have to wait around 30 seconds. There's a UV light to kill bacteria. It also makes hot water, so if you're a tea lover, you might love this one. Of course, with the hot water, you don't get as much of the hydrogen, but you still get some. And it's nanosoluble hydrogen, so it means that it's more stable. It will last longer. So it's great. You fill up a bottle and you take it with you for your day. All right, Hydro Home Unit. It has a touch screen. Has 3 levels of hydrogen. When the third-party testing did it, it found that 800 parts per billion was accurate. It purifies your water through 2-stage filter, a kind of a regular carbon filter. It can give you ozone water, which is actually amazing. It's a great cleaner. And you can use it for washing your fruits and vegetables and cleaning, sanitizing your house. And you can brush your teeth with the ozone. So check out the Hydro Home Unit. All right, we have our Hydro Shot. This one's amazing. It's great for traveling. It makes from 3 parts per million to 5 parts per million, which is a super high dose. If you do the high dose, which is a 10-minute timer, you press a button on the bottle, you put your water in there, and you get a shot of this hydrogen. You only need to drink that like 3 times a day. If you do the shorter one, you could drink it 5 times a day. It's a nice quality. So the quality design is important because you will see some other cheaper bottles on the market could use metals that are not good and will leach the metals into the water as it's making the hydrogen, right? So you don't want that. It's, you know, a flashy, classy bottle, fits your cup holder. It's a nice lead magnet too. If you end up doing the business, then it's an easy way to start conversations about hydrogen. Their Hydro Clean disinfectant spray. So it kills germs without chemicals, non-toxic, more powerful than bleach. It is actually producing hypochlorous acid and hypochlorite. So this is great for skin issues. If you have rashes, eczema, it's good for cleaning your entire house, from toilets to floors to surfaces, everything. Countertops, mirrors, sinus infections. You can use it as deodorant. You can use it for your pets. Use it for your kids. It's not going to harm you, and it's an incredible cleaner. That's all you'll need now for your house. All right. We have the ageless spa. So of course we don't want to be showering in all those chemicals and absorbing all those chemicals into our skin. So here in the ageless spa, what you do is you screw off your shower head, you put this on, you screw your shower head back on, and you have a filter in there. It gives you some vitamin C, minerals, and lavender essential oil. So you have all these beautiful things that you can, you know, maybe even travel with it, take it with you. Okay, Hydro Glow. This is our newest product. This is great for your face. You put the powder on with a brush. It comes with a brush, and then you spray this mist on it. All right, so it's good for your revitalizing your facial skin. All right. So I have a special for you since you watched this video to the end. So I can get you a deluxe bundle in Beauty Spa, all right, which is the Hydro Deluxe, the Hydro Clean, the Ageless Spa Shower Head, the Hydro Glow, and a 4-in-pack for free. And the 4-in-pack is the bottle, Hydro Shot bottle, the disinfectant spray bottle, And then the two other items are goggles that you put on your eyes that connects to the bottle with a different cap, and a nose tube that you can breathe through to get like a taste tester of what it's like to breathe in hydrogen. So the goggles are really good for for any eye issues, people who have degenerative eyes, but even just looking at the screen all day long, right? So get all of these. All right. Change your water, change your life, unlock your true health and radiance. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this until the end. So I want to ask you, when is now the best time to invest into your health, your longevity, into knowing that you are either preventing dis-ease, because if you're already healthy, that we already know there's studies out there that this is great for healthy people, because it goes, remember, the hydrogen goes into selectively the bad areas to prevent things from happening. If you're a fairly healthy person but you're often tired or sluggish throughout the day, this will help you decrease the tiredness, give you more strength and endurance. And if you're someone who's older, in all the studies showing, usually it helps older people a lot better, because the older people have more cell damage, so they notice more of a difference. Because you ever noticed when you feel really good, you don't really notice that you're feeling really good because you're already feeling good. You have nothing to complain about, right? Your life is happening right now. Your cells are breathing air right now. You're eating food, processed foods probably, today or yesterday or tomorrow. I want good health for you. I wish you good health. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me, invest in your health, and if you're interested in the business opportunity, I would love to meet you and have you on my team. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.